Welcome in. We have 4 piles today. There is a crystal for pile 3, don't you worry, but it's hidden. So pile 1 is a Granny Smith apple upside down, and it's sweeter than it seems. It's like I was drawn to another apple that was like more in my eyesight, but this one, I don't know, there's something just calling to me about it. And it then felt like, oh my god, I'm so glad I chose this one. Then pile 2 is a sliced lemon, and I was getting this for myself just to put it in my drink, but then my water was, I want to say digesting, like, I wanted to put it at the bottom of my jug, like a filter jug, but the water was still at the top, so I couldn't open it to get it into the bottom part. So then I was like, you know what, let's just take it up like this, and it became a group. Then pile 3 is the cluster of succulent babies in a coconut bowl thing, and the aquamarine is behind it. And clear quartz for pile 1, clear quartz for pile 2. I forgot the crystals of those. But yeah, this, as much as I tried to like create an even surface, a leveled surface on the bottom, it still needs to be propped up. And pile 4 is this recovering aloe vera. He's doing way better than it looks, that's what I want to say. And, or like, he has been way worse. And these other guys that I don't know the name of, but I love them. And they need so much water, and I like that too, because I like giving them water. And the rose quartz of the rose kind. I'm wanting to say, like, even though it smells, or even though it looks like it should smell really strongly, it doesn't. But it's like, you have to tap into your psychic senses to smell it. Okay. I just want to say welcome in again, that's weird. Welcome in! Wait, should I check? Yeah, the camera is on. I'll get a bird card for each too then. Maybe a rune too. There could be a sense of like prepping here then. Oh no, the table that I'm on is wobbly, and that's kind of scary for a plant pot that is not secure. I think the collective has a message of bringing in a parental softening and a caretaking vibe for yourself. From yourself or from others. What are we looking after? I felt like this was for the collective even though actually I'm remembering. So there's something about remembering. So pile 1 has barn owl, 2 has, oh, I've forgotten his name again. It's like crossbill. I think he's called crossbill. Yeah. Then pile 3 has grey heron. Oh, I love that. It so feels like clouds, but like clouds on a summer's day when it's quite nice to have clouds. Or it's like something of like a peace. Or like the feeling of nighttime, but it's hot. Or like, his like, you can see the stars, but it's daytime. Or the flipped of that. But not, you can't see the stars and it's nighttime. I don't know what the flipped of it would be, just something cooler. I feel like there might be some cool imagery we'll get with that one. Yeah, and I just got the message of like, it's yet to be seen from the succulents, but then I remembered, yeah, oh yeah, your crystal is even hidden. Okay, pile 4. There's like a new, going in a new direction, but it's interesting that it's like there's a centerpiece to pile 4, and yet there's also 4 things coming out in all 4 directions. There's so much of like a collaborative energy. Like all sides of yourself are working as one, or many sides of yourself reflected in that of others are co-creating to support something different than them. Okay. Okay. Runes? Ah, look, it's the shovel at the back of the deck. Kind of the back. It's actually the front of the deck. Bam, 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 I love the shoveler. What are we shoveling today? Magpies. Magpies are what we're shoveling. And let's get the rune. Pile 1. We have Rido. Pile 2. Something about clicking. Ooh, Anzus. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. It's like every single part of pile 2 doesn't go together. And that's really intriguing to me. It's like it makes the least sense, so I most want to put it together and form it to make sense. Okay, pile 3 was quick. It's like I was holding it before it even came. Wunjo. That's a nice one to be holding before it came. Yeah, pile 3 is so like feeling beauty when, I was gonna say when there is none. There's a feeling of like, yeah, with the succulent babies, it's like beauty to come. It's feeling preemptive joy. There could be messages surrounding pregnancy, physical or metaphorical, with both of those being the same. From one perspective, at least. From my present perspective. Only half, though. And pile 4 is Kenaz. There's a story to do with that. I want to put him in, I wanted to call it a jug then, in the pot. Actually, pile 4 is going to get 4 runes. 1 for each corner. Algies. What does jubilar mean? Jera? Is that why I was hearing that? Surely not. Why surely not? Shirley? I feel like I've only heard the name Shirley from the TV show Community. So naturally I thought of the TV show Community. I keep noticing my voice in this video. It's like I'm becoming aware of a voice I don't really like. Let's put him here. He's not fitting over there. But then I'm returning to it anyway. There might be something that you're feeling is out of your control, but you also recognize is in your control. It's like the way you speak surely is within your control, but perhaps it doesn't feel like that. And that doesn't have to be to do with speech, that can be to do with many areas of life or ways you feel yourself to be. And the final rune for pile 4 is Awaz. You know what, let's get clarity on that. Because yesterday I thought of how I didn't know if that was Awaz or Awaz. Well, with the other one actually. So let's look. This one is Awaz, okay. I've got it down now, I think. Cool. I'm gonna put more stuff on the floor. I have room on this table for my cards. I have so much room on this table, it's so big. Could be something about expansion here, because I felt like I couldn't continue until I had acknowledged that. So there also could be something that is wanting acknowledgement. I'm feeling like that's to do with that part of yourself that you don't feel fully in control of, that you don't fully like or want to continue as or with. Or aspect of your life, doesn't have to be that you associate it with yourself. But what I was saying was that, yeah, I have room on the side, and before I had lots of the decks out, but like with the cases there, but it felt a bit too muddled, it felt a bit chaotic. So this time I just have 3 decks beside me, and I'm putting the boxes and cases on the floor. And I said something already about planning or prepping. Okay, yeah, move my chair in and drink some water. Okay, so I have a feeling of wanting to continue here, like keep getting cards for each, but I know that this is all that's needed, and I feel like that's your energy of feeling like you want to keep prepping, but you've done enough. With that, I kind of want to say it's enough when you decide it's enough. Yeah. I feel like that's a significant message for some of you. Maybe you want to sit on that for a bit. Or write that down. Okay, I'm gonna get into the piles. Oh no, now I have to move these. Yeah, there's a feeling with you of like, you've prepped and now it's like everything feels in its place and you don't really want to do the thing that you were prepping for anymore, because it's like, oh, I got to such a good place here though. But why were you doing that in the first place? Okay, let's get into the piles. Oh my god, that terrified me! I feel like I haven't been startled that much for a while. I forgot that I used to like doing that. I used to like getting startled. Where's the other rune gone? I found the algaes. Oh right, and that one dropped there. There we go. Oh wait, I just pointed out of the camera. You can't see that, can you? Where were the birds for you? Oh, they were really nicely done. Oh, jackdaws outside. They don't usually fly this close. I'm just staring at them and like half trying to continue moving with the reading, like half trying to move the stuff out and continue prepping, continue getting ready, but also I'm just wanting to stare at the birds, and I'm definitely going to prioritize the birds over a reading. But there's birds in this reading, so really it's reflective. It's like me prioritizing those birds is just reflecting how valuable birds in and of themselves are, which are a part of this, so it hypes up this value really. So attention elsewhere can be attention in the opposite direction. Not attention, I just want to say like understanding can bring value. Okay. Bye bye, see you at your piles. I drink now. Are they all out of shot view? Not the shadow, but that's fine. We don't care about that. Oh, I think it was on 444 then. Yeah, 1444. Okay. Let's move these a bit. Actually, I want to turn him up now. Oh, so cute. So very cute. Welcome in, Pile 1. I think there's something about like ideals here or something really cute. I feel suddenly like such an energy that I want to just share into this pile. Like I just want to, it's not like a super like I want to squeeze you, it's maybe, but in like a really familial, like you're so adorable kind of way. So I think this reading could take two different sides, so maybe, and maybe both, of if this is a message of someone wanting that for you or towards you, or you feeling that towards someone else. Okay, so take it the way that feels like it fits for you. Let's get, yeah, look, Lifeline splitting the deck. There's such like a, it's a light energy. Which is interesting because I'm seeing the barn owl with so much darkness surrounding it, and it's even carrying a feast. But the Rhydor is also on a really light crystal. It feels, oh, and there's like bits of green coming through it, so like clearness with green could be significant. Yeah, it's like a smooth direction into the heart. It's almost like Rhydor can speak to movement forwards. It's like on a chariot into someone's heart. It's like the lane has been cleared and you're like riding straight in there or out of there, in and out. Shake it all about. This is very cute. Feelings. Okay, so we have Rhydor from Aharen-san wa Hakarenai, and Kana from, I don't remember the full name. It's Drake. Dragon Maid. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, Lifeline came out the back. I'll leave her out then. We can put her there. I was seeing it like, I was saying like it's not quite like it's not like a squeeze, but I think I didn't actually finish saying that, what it was. It's, I don't know how to explain this energy. It's like wanting to touch you. I'm gonna say it's you, but you can just flip it round. Wanting to touch you, but not like with forcefulness. It's like this energy is very like, I'm wanting to say non-directive, even though we have Rhydor, which is quite a directing rune. It's like wanting to pat your head or okay, let's keep getting more cards. But I want to note that it didn't actually come out in that way. I think I'm going to read this as two parties. Like, one is the Kana, the one that wants the pets received, and then the other one is Rhydor, who wants to be giving the pets. And Kana is very excited and wants that, but also maybe isn't showing that. I'm thinking of tsundere energy, which is like when you, I don't know if this is completely a good description, but when you want something but you act as if you don't. Because it's like she's in an excited pose, but she's looking in the other direction, but only slightly. But then Rhydor is like they're both the same. This is so cute. Rhydor is looking in the left direction, the opposite direction of Kana, but his hands are out. It's like both of them are showing a degree of like wanting this, but also like neither of their actions are showing this. Oh, this is such like a really cute. dynamic. This could be two really young children, or just a really pure-hearted or heart-connected, youthful feeling connection. I feel like the Raidokun really wants to like take care of the Kana. But also it's like the same level. It's like I'm really seeing them with the same brain. There might be like both of you have like a sort of obliviousness to you. Like I'm being really drawn into like a blankness of mind that they each have. You might enjoy spacing out together. There's so much like it's like opposites feeling. Like this card came up upside down, and I often see this as a tree, but instead of the roots being downwards, it's like the leaves are underground and the roots are showing, which makes me think of a vulnerability, of like an expression of like it's okay for you to see this. Some of you, that's a cool message. If you were feeling unsure about getting a reading about this person, and maybe that's why you clicked a reading that didn't have like a label of like surrounding like what are they thinking kind of thing, or about them. This is like a message from them, like, yes, I don't mind you reading on me, or like you can like feel free to go and get readings on me. That's adorable. There's like an openness, like I'll let you see my roots. There's like a small portion, maybe a large portion, but there is a portion of you who this is very romantic, and it's extremely apparent that it is that way. And like you can see my roots. I was just seeing that in other ways too. So I wanted to express that because it felt like if that is relevant for you, it's a very strong part of it, and that doesn't lose like that doesn't take away from the pure-heartedness of it. Okay. But if that is not the case, then this situation can definitely not be romantic too. I feel like this is a situation where both parties want to progress with this. Maybe more so I'm feeling like, because I keep feeling with the Kana, it's like she's looking, she also feels like she could be excited for something else, is what I was getting. And Raido looks also like he could be focused elsewhere. It's a feeling of like both want to move forwards, but they don't maybe know if they want to move forwards together. I feel like this could be a situation where both feel very like aligned and like things just flow when they are together. Like you both, there's such like a lightness here. It's like things just make sense. It just like clicks. There's no confusion when you're just together. But maybe outside circumstances feel like they're pulling you apart, or there are just like barricades in the way in some sense. I'm seeing so many different situations. It's okay, so I think for that, it's like I don't actually feel like saying a lot of them, but I do want to say if your situation feels like it's so much more complicated than what I'm describing, but you still felt drawn to this pile, I don't think you've chosen the wrong pile. I think that this is wanting to highlight certain aspects of this for you. So it's not trying to get you to change how you see the other parts, but it's drawing your focus to this aspect. Yeah, I feel like maybe for all of you there is something in the way. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you be there, kind of thing. But also just there's a sense of like this feeling in its element, feeling like it's taking a natural process. It's working itself out. And that could be like external circumstances making it work out for you, or if you feel like it's you that's doing the work, then that is being reflected here too. They could, with Life Earn at the back of the deck, be a lot of healing that you're both doing. Okay, these two cards want to pop out, but I'm not sure what to say about them, even though they feel so right. This left one feels very like woven in time, like it spirals, even if the two connecting points don't always like share the exact same line at the same moment. That same spiral always touches both at some point. So there may be like somewhat of a delay between your connectivity here. You could be waiting on lots of things. Waiting on... It feels like there's like waiting on external circumstances, whether those are like very tangible and you can see that. Like, for example, a visa. But it could also be like more spiritual circumstances, like waiting for other contracts, whether that be like physical or soul contracts to close up, or for certain patterns of yourself to be healed. I'm wanting to like draw attention to that darkness. It's like there is darkness here, even though there's a lot of sweetness too. It feels like this could be something where it's like you're in dark situations, but you are one another's sweetness. I'm wanting to say it's like unexpectedly potent, or unexpectedly intuitive, or like mystical. That I'm being really drawn to Kanna's purple hair. And something I can't see in the Rider card. Like there's something I'm not quite getting. I'm aware that there's something there, but it's like it's behind him, so I can't see it. I'm actually seeing loads of colours, or like, I heard like discotography or something-tography. Mudras or auras in the background. There could be a niche that you're both really into too. It's like something of a strong magical energy. But it's giving more like untapped magical energy, like you're not really fully in that, or it just plays like a side role, like that is part of what draws you to one another. A shared acceptance of the spiritual part of life, or an openness to discover what is true, or an openness to see what is out there in many senses of that phrase. Okay, I'm gonna describe what I'm feeling here because I wanna. Because it's feeling like it fits very much the reading. Which is interesting I'm saying that too. It's like I wouldn't usually explain that. Ooh, I just heard something. It felt like I heard something in my room. Like a cross between a mouse and a leaf. I forgot what I was feeling before too. Okay, so about your reading. Is that in view? Yeah, very much. I feel like you're experiencing like confusion because of, for some of you it's not confusion, it's like just discontentment. Like you really want there to be movement, but right now there's like strong delays, or there is movement is what I'm wanting to say to you. Some of it just might be beneath the surface. The feeling is like I'm not getting... It's not that I'm not getting messages. It's that my focus is like... It began on the lightheartedness. And now it's really on the struggle. And how do I describe this? It's like right now I have my eyes closed and my head tilted left and my face scrunched, like eyebrows furrowed, because this is painful and I don't know what to do, and I had a fly buzzing around my right ear then. And I didn't even know there were flies in my room right now. And I didn't see it, I just felt and heard it. That could be significant. I didn't see it, but I felt and maybe heard it. Or maybe just heard it. I heard her audit. I'm sure that won't be for many, but there you go. Something about the wind could be significant too. I feel like you feel more understood in this relationship, but me like beginning to describe this relationship more now makes me just not want to talk about it. Some of my mind wants to keep getting more cards, like, I'm not getting it, but I am getting it, and that it just is the struggle. There is a feeling of wanting to move out of where you're currently at. I'm gonna hold the crystal you chose. This was the first one I saw. There's something so, like, psychic about this. I don't know how else to put it. Mystical feeling. But it's kind of like an evil feeling? I don't quite want to say evil. Maybe potent projections are a thing here. I feel like you're both clearing a lot of darkness. Yeah, there's very much like a scrunched up energy. And I think you're slowly unpacking it, like you're slowly like unfolding the piece of paper that was scrumpled up. And processing all the feelings of your life not looking as peaceful as you want it to, or not like being in the place you want to be. I just got another message of an example of you have 2 children. Like, these could have been your children, like siblings that you have, children who are siblings, and they're like squabbling, or like you're wanting something for them, or you wish something with them would click into place. There's a feeling of like surrendering to the process. It's not saying like letting go completely feeling it, or and like just give it up to the universe feeling. But it's also not saying like try and control this. It's, or like leap. It just feels like something that is in the process. I'm gonna drink some water. feel like that could be it for your reading. It just feels a bit anticlimactic, but I think that that's the point. Because it's the process part. Okay, if you feel like going, ta-ta, bye-bye, but I think I'm gonna redo the spread and see what else comes out. Those feel significant. Let's do that. So it's not a complete reshuffle, but it is a slight one. Oh yeah, birdies. Woo. Okay, the owl and magpie can be out in the park, out to play. Ooh, that's a lot. Yeah, this just feels like walking through treacherous waters, or like I first saw this card as in the snow, but it's not the snow. I'm wanting to say it's like thawed snow or like slush. That's what it is. Yes, I feel like that really describes this energy well. It's like, it's not water, it's not running water, but it's also not snow either, it's slush. And slush is something where it's like, it feels like you can't clear it really easily. You can't like just shovel it around. It's like gloopy. Yeah, which is that energy of like you can't really do anything here other than continue what you have been. It's a bit of a thumbs up from the universe, like, yeah, keep at it. Keep at it, we see you. So we have Sparrowhawk, right? Sparrowhawk, Blackbird. Do I have anything written on that? No. The Shoveler. And Great Crested Grebe? Yes, Great Crested Grebe. Ooh, something about the Great Crested Grebe covering the face of the shoveler. And I was saying shoveling. I forgot about that. But not the eye. I feel like I'm in too much of a Pisces energy with your reading. It doesn't even feel like that. It feels more like Virgo. But I just mean I'm feeling what's going on here. And there's quite like really touchable feelings. Like sometimes it's more abstract, but here it's like, no, there's more specifics I can like latch onto and feel the different energies of. But I'm really I'm feeling unable to explain them, and my throat is a bit of a mess too. And oh, and that great crested grebe covered the face, which would be the beak. So it's like there's no speaking. The eyes are standing out on all the lower four, but I'm wanting to say they're not on the upper two, even though it's like they are the most there. So I feel like there could be a recognition of your own sight. It's like these bottom ones feel like you, and then the top ones feel more like what you're viewing. And even though you really see their eyes, you're wanting to say you don't. There could be like a wanting to run away from this connection because of the feelings that feeling more into your love of them brings up within you. Like you're willing to recognize your own part, but when you look at their part, that brings a lot of pain. I'm wanting to pose the question, what is that pain? I feel like there's something you're really finding discomforting. But that's it. There's no guidance surrounding that really, other than the acknowledgement of that. Yeah, I'm gonna close off your reading there. It's interesting because I feel like I haven't really said anything. But I also feel like I have. And I'm wanting to say that I've said enough. So that could be significant for you. I've said enough. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna close off your reading. It's just weird because I know that I didn't voice what felt like needed to be voiced in some sense, which feels like it could be applicable for you. There's a heart heavy feeling here, like something is really weighing on your chest. And lightening that chest is simply acknowledging the heaviness. It's acknowledging what you are feeling, what you are processing. Acknowledging the presence of what is occurring and how it's making you feel. Okay, bye-bye, pile number 1. See you in another reading if I do, or see you in the essence of love if not. I'll put the ride over and back. And I'll put your crystal back too. I feel like I want to make more of an effort to cleanse the space in some sense with your energy. So I feel like for you also there could be things that you could do that help you particularly process. It's like I'm seeing journaling, like writing what you're feeling, writing what has happened and what that brings up within you. Not with necessarily, again, that need to like push for anything, because that like shoveling energy, it's difficult to do that in your circumstance, but more so just simply seeing what is, recognizing just what's going on. Yeah, I think that's what you're wanting, your inner child or yourself, just recognizing what you're experiencing so that you can feel more safe to experience that, more seen, more understood. Yeah. It's like relating with yourself. Some of you may also enjoy like writing to future you. Maybe even if it's just tomorrow you. Like for example, I'm actually being drawn to a specific example. Wait, let me put the crystal away, then I'll share. I feel like bringing in this crystal for you. So, hello, pile 1.5. Okay, so the specific example I was thinking of was when I was feeling really depressed, and I would sometimes write like I would wake up just feeling lackluster and just not wanting anything, and I wrote to tomorrow me, like just a message to read when I woke up, and it made me really happy. That could also be to them, like yes to yourself if you think that's relevant, but this could also be to them or from them, like channeling messages from them, or writing as though it's to them, whether it be sent or not. I I felt a lot with that. It's like, even if you don't want to actually say it, or maybe you feel like you can't, yeah, even if you don't want to send it, just writing it as though you are going to, I feel like will really clear your head. But no, it's not clearing your head, it's clearing your heart. There's so much heart pain here. It's like there's pain that hasn't been fully processed. I feel like maybe you find it quite hard to get at. Yeah, that feels like it. Okay. Some of you might want to work with Labradorite, if that calls to you. Okay. Or Labradors. Or doors. Or laboratories. Or Tories. Or lorries. Or trucks. Or I saw something else, like I don't know what they are. I feel like it was like a brand of shoes, and it sounds like trucks. Crocs. I wasn't thinking of Crocs. Truckers? What are trunks? Like swimming trunks? Okay, I think I'm gonna leave that the apple, but now I'm thinking of, what are those shoes called? Like water shoes? Oh, what are those called? I don't remember. Okay, let's move to pile 2. I wanted to call him something belly then. Who's got a good belly? Lemon. I want to lick the lemon. Tasty. Let's show my saliva in the screen. Wonder if anyone's done that, a saliva reading. Like rose petal readings, or like tea leaf readings. Is it called tea leaf reading? I feel like it is. Or just tea readings? I don't know. But like, it's just spitting on the table. Lovely water sports. Yes, this was the crystal for pile 3. 2, I mean. How dare I say the wrong thing? Welcome in, pile 2. There could be something about, I don't know, but I said, how dare I say the wrong thing. Oh, maybe there's like a, how dare I say blank. But it felt really light though. And I also felt like your whole items, all of your items were like being drawn across. And I started talking about saliva also. So there could be a sexual energy, but I don't think it is. Maybe it is, but it feels really creative. Yeah, this energy feels so creative. Oh, interesting. The zest of life could be very apparent here. I feel like there's a love of life here and a desire to create, to explore. But it doesn't feel like exploring maybe in the way that you have before. It feels like this could be... Well, isn't that exploration? New things? Like, it's not doing the same thing. Can you explore something you've already done? That's an interesting concept. Maybe that is what you're doing, actually. It may be that you're finding a new angle on something that you have long considered, or long, like, been in the area of, but not tried it in this particular way. Yeah, I'm wanting to put cards like in different places for you. Let's see where the corner is for you. There it is. Actually, I just want to get one of those for now. Yeah, flowers at the back of the deck. Feels so creative. But it's like electric flowers. There's something so significant about like jumbleness, and that jumbleness being the way that you find, or just something you love. There's like every message in this reading for you, I feel like think of every single pick a card title you have come across, And within this reading, I feel like I would want to include every one of those. I'm feeling like if you want a yes or no reading, this is a no. Because there's something better, because there's, like, you don't want to continue down that path, or you don't like the old way of doing it. But it's not even like a no because you don't like it, or no because it's bad, or no because it's not, no because it's tearing you down or anything. It's just like no because you can say no, or like no because why choose yes when you can say no? I don't know why that is. It's like you don't want to know, like KNOW. I don't think that's even fully true. Maybe it is for some. There's like an unexpected feeling, like jumping into a pool and not knowing what you'll find. It's not quite that though. I feel like nothing in this reading is gonna fit, I think. If you've been to one of my readings before, maybe you were in a pile where I've said, like, I don't think I'm gonna understand this reading, or I don't think I'm gonna understand you, or I think something about this won't fully click. But I don't even fully feel that. But that's literally the same message. Like, I feel like everything I say for you, I'm also gonna be like, yeah, but... And even with these cards, it's kind of like, oh yeah, Clara so fits for you. There's a feeling of... I can't remember what I was gonna say, but it's like a jumble of everything in the best way possible. I don't think that this situation, or that you can get to where you want to be in life or with yourself through a straight line forwards, or through like not acknowledging so many more parts of yourself, so many more of your desires. I kind of feel drawn to saying, like, you may feel drawn to pile 4. Okay, if you were in between pile 2 and 4, I feel like the only reason you were drawn to pile 4, obviously only take this if it resonates, but I'm saying that here is, the only reason you were drawn to pile 4 is because it had, like, many perspectives on it. It wasn't clear. It's, like, open for interpretation kind of feeling. I just got the image of, I heard the words upside down cake. I'd say that there's so much inventive energy here, but I don't really think that word fits for some reason. I feel like there could also be such a strong situation to do with this. I did say, like, every pick a card reading title could apply here. Are you also maybe, like, beginning, like, in a very new beginning? So it's like, from this new space, you could answer so many questions because you have so many questions from this new place, because within yourself, it's like you're viewing everything from a new lens, or there's so much to explore. There's so much that your eyes have been opened to. It's like beginning a whole new alphabet and getting to, like, start completely from scratch, like with the, I'm wanting to describe, like, the language, but, and the, like, letters and the words and all that goes into that, but I also don't think that that's the point, or don't think that that's relevant. But it somehow is. It's like there's something here that is linked, but it doesn't feel like it is. What are you doing to my brain? Are you feeling like your brain is going in many different directions? If you are feeling like you need to be fixated on one thing in particular, I feel like this is a definite call that you don't need to be, and that you can you can be at a crossroads. You don't need to choose. It's like send hypothetical versions of yourself down each lane and just live in the crossroads always, and just experience life in all genres. It's giving Enneagram number 7 vibes. Or maybe number 1, because I think number 1 goes to 7 in its health. I don't know what to say for you. In a very different way to how I didn't know what to say for pile number 1. For you, it's a feeling of you don't have the answers to something, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not even called to guide you towards trusting your intuition either. I think that that's irrelevant here. I feel like if there were to be guidance, which I kind of don't like the feeling of for you, if there were to be guidance, it would be to be a kid. To let yourself run free. Play with the ideas of what life could be. Be willing to change your idea of who you are and what you can and cannot do. / just can do. I'm seeing 2 birds of prey circling one another now. I feel like I haven't seen 2 together for a long time. I feel like something around that is invigorating for you to hear. Like that being a possibility. I'm now seeing another one way up above them. They're getting closer. All of them are getting closer. And okay, this is interesting. There's something about how the 2 that are lower down, circling one another and getting closer to me, it's like, from one perspective, the higher one above was in that 2, but because it was so far up in the distance, it's like the perspective shift can change so drastically to view if that bird was a part of that circling or not, if you walk a few feet down the road kind of thing. Something about if you then change your position not too much, you can see a whole other picture. And now I'm being reminded of those cool optical illusions when this is from years ago. I remember loving finding these. One was a dress that to some people appeared red and to others appeared blue. I don't know if it was those colours. Maybe it was purple and red. Or purple and blue. I don't know. And another thing was the rabbit. It's either the picture looks like a rabbit or it looks like a duck. It's just a small shift of perspective can change the entire makeup of what you perceive something to be. And that could be yourself, who you are. I'm being really drawn to Odin's journey of I'm not well versed in this, but I'm gonna say it's he had lived in Yggdrasil for so long, and yet he had never really explored it, or there was a whole new way for him to experience it. It's it changed him, and in changing him, the All-Father, it changed everything. Perhaps only from his perspective, but also perhaps from everyone's perspective. I'm wanting in this energy now to take a bite out of the apple of pile 1. It's at the start of your reading I wanted to taste your lemon, but that sounds like such a euphemism, but I can't. Taste your lemon. But it's like a euphemism, like not for a human, but for like another kind of creature. Yeah, again, it's the same message. It's like viewing yourself as another creature, even another species, to really finding out who you are. But yeah, I wanted to bite the apple now. Oh, and another bird of prey. This one I'm wanting to say is from one of the two that were circling one another. But it almost feels like it went in like a weird time loop where it is one from those two birds, but it's gone off and experienced like years of its life, and only now am I seeing it. It's like I haven't really shifted my sense of time. Oh my goodness, it just dove into someone's garden. I am incredibly jealous. Is that a part of your reading, like jealousy? We are talking about different species, like perhaps you wish you were a different species, or it's like I was saying about how this bird has then gone on like they have been in a different time reality to mine, and I have just been here watching it. So maybe you're seeing something that you're feeling inspired by and wanting to be that, or wanting to be like that, or wanting to incorporate something of that energy. I'm so invested in this bird right now. It's flying around someone's house, and it's, whoa, it dove back down again into the garden. Wow, there could be something about like the passion for life here. I'm like staring so intently. Not intensely, just intently. I forgot what I was speaking about. Oh, the time. Oh, there's a raven coming. Is he gonna bombard him? What's that called? Dive bomb? I don't know. He didn't though. Also, I don't know if it was a raven. It's way too far in the distance for these eyes of mine. And the red kite is flying away now. Did I say it was a red kite? Did I just say it was a bird of prey? Yeah, is that of you? Okay. Now I'm noticing the black sheep, which makes me think that you're feeling cut off from something that you really want to be experiencing, or a way of life you want to be experiencing. And I feel like there's a call to looking within yourself, or like at yourself in a new way. If you could view yourself as a completely different being with completely different abilities or like possibilities, what would you do? Or like, who would you most want to be? Like, if you were to draw yourself as a character, or design a character, your favorite character, what would that be? Who would you be? Yeah, there's a feeling here of like perhaps feeling shut off from joy. Okay, with that I want to get another card from here, which is interesting because my initial thought was I want to get another card, and then I was looking and I was like, where's the deck gone? But it was right in front of me. So I feel like it is a sense of like feeling like you can't choose joy, and this situation is showing you that there's more within your power here. So we have Rapunzel from Tangled. I was trying to say like Howard then. And Coracensa at the back of the deck. Yeah, it's like a feeling of you do have something that lights you up. It's like Rapunzel sees the lights. She is inspired. She has her dream. She knows what she wants. But for all those years, she was too afraid to leave her tower, even though she could. Look at Clara here on the left. And it's like all this sparkly, all this orange, all this vibrancy. is the dream, is reflective from both parts to both parts of the glowing lights for Rapunzel. Shall we get a card for what's holding you back? I don't think that's relevant here. I think this isn't a time to like overly analyze or go into your fears. I think it's simply recognizing where your joy is, what your dream is, what you want, and leaping. I feel like you have a really clear vision too. You know what you want, you know who you want to be. You have your dream. Now I'm hearing the song, like, I have a dream. But is that what it's called? I have a dream? I think so. Entangled. I'm just like saying all the lyrics inside my head. Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. I think that might be it for your reading. Yeah, okay, we're going for shorter readings today. Okay. I wish you well on your dream. See ya. My fingers did like a little twinkle then. Ah, I love your dream. I love my dream too. I'm just singing that song in my head. Lemon. I'm gonna put the lemon in. You know what? I was gonna put it into. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that. There could be something about like having changed your mind, but then going back to what you first thought or first wanted. Yeah, it's more about desire, I think. Like you may have wanted to kind of compromise on your dream, but it's like, what's the real dream? Go after what you really want. I feel like I need to say bye to you a second time. Bye bye. I'm lemoning my water. Tasty. Juicy. Plop. I love lemon. I just smelt my fingers as I was licking them because I got juice all over. And then my instinct was then to like put my fingers to the camera and say, hey, smell this. Beautiful. And I'm seeing crossbill and billiards. Do one of you want to become like a billiards championship? Why like owner? Championship owner. Like you're not actually playing in the championships, but you're like organizing it. Or like you're just the owner of like the building that happens in. If that's your dream, then that's your dream. Bum, 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 bum. Boom. I want to put this in the center. And it was 011055. Welcome in, pile 3. There's a lot of light blue in your reading, but I wanted to say light green then. So light blues and light greens, maybe light pinks and light, what was the other colour I saw? Yellows. Maybe something about coral reefs also. That's cool. That's coral. Oh, I'm wanting to shuffle differently for you. Ooh. This is an interesting energy. It's like I'm raring to go, but I'm completely relaxed also. It's not really relaxed. There's a bit of anxiety here, but it's also still. I got the image of being at an airport and it's like there's still maybe a couple hours before your flight, but and you're like sat down and everything has been sorted out, but you're just waiting. It's like it is peaceful, it's enjoyable, but also it's like there's some anxiety about what's to come, or like there's like movement that's about to happen but you're not quite at that point, which kind of yeah, didn't I say that? Something about like preemptive. Haha, I love it when things align. I think that could be what you're feeling too. Like I love it when things align because you're feeling that. I feel like you're really feeling the alignment of life, or you're feeling your own joy. In the view, it is in the view. Why am I wanting to put this down the center? I also kind of... Okay, you know what I'm gonna need? Another crystal to put on the left so it's symmetrical. Or vaguely symmetrical. I personally wanted a different crystal that I see as more of a pair to this aquamarine that's on the other side, but I felt really drawn to this one, so I followed my gut. I followed what I really wanted, even though I felt like I wanted to want another thing. And this is fluorite. I think I said that. Slash, I think I didn't say that. Okay. I don't know what these two sides will be, but it feels significant that there's a split. It's like the combining energy is looking forwards to something, and I don't know what the two sides will be. Maybe like where you are now versus when you land on the country you're about to enter. What is to be seen? This one hit Yui, which actually is kind of helpful because I had not taken her in at all. Music. There's something really special about her guitar. Like I'm seeing her form a really close relationship with her guitar. Because she has that in the anime / manga. I think you've gone through a lot of reflection. Whoa, okay. I feel like you've been through some really dark energies. Really heavy energies is what I want to say. You've processed so much, and that could be where you're at now, actually. There could be a bit of like you're in the in-between, so maybe when I'm describing the past, you're like, I'm a bit there now, but also a bit in the future energy. Yeah, this is my joy card. This, like, just innocent, lovely, joyful like teddy bear, your favorite companion's simple love. There's a lightness on the right. Yeah, I'm going to view this as past and future, but you could also view it as anything else that you want to compare. So the past, it feels like it's like you've gone through so much, you've looked internally so much, and there were things that were really difficult for you to see, that you really needed to change your perspective to see, and you did do that. Like, I'm seeing the upper part of this, kind of like just below the eye, and maybe a bit of the eye too, but that's harder to recognize that I can't see it. But the below part is like all these lines. I'm finding that hard to see because of the light that's reflecting onto the card. So I'm having to move my head right and left to get the full picture. You may feel like you have come through lots of cycles of similar things, like you've rebirthed, but only to go into another cycle of something similar. And this feels like the future breaks that cycle. Because somehow I'm seeing this part like, see this center part? It doesn't matter if you're not looking, I'll try and explain it regardless. This center part of the future part feels like the entirety of, and zoomed in, it's like you can't even see the entirety of it, of the left part. So it's like you become outside of that on the left part being a renewing, like a cycle of clearing. I heard of bending. It could be like bending to other people's wills. I heard that. There's something to be said about like a lack of balance, and I keep feeling like I want to get another card for the future, but there's no need because it's very simple. It is what it is. There could be a strong connection to nature in the future too. In a really like light-hearted way. It doesn't feel, it's interesting. It's like it could be trippy and it could be potent if you, for some people to view. I just don't think that you would view it that way. It feels too light, or too like a glance, or like kind is what I heard. It feels too kind for that. Okay. Yeah, the past feels like this image is, it's like you only had a candle to keep you warm. It feels like winter. It feels like you've processed I know I'm saying the same things again, which I feel like is that energy. It's like you went round in circles with something. You were processing so much. And it may have felt for a while that it was for nothing. But I think that there's always that, like, it wasn't that it was without light though. There always was a candle. You always lit a candle for yourself. There's a feeling of like sacred determination and accomplishment. What is it about this coconut bowl? I'm getting an image of like diving into it, diving into the soil. But even though, like, say that was like a TV show, it's like the whole plot would be surrounding maneuvering through the succulents and through the soil and what is found there. But the actual point was actually, or like a major revelation would be like the soil is actually being held by this huge coconut ball. It's like it changes the whole idea of what this thing is. It's not never ending is one part, but also it's being so held. It can't stay this way forever also. Like I'm seeing these succulents being very cute there right now, but before long they're going to be quickly too big to stay in that pot. At least all of them. No, all... Wait, did I... Yeah, okay. That's interesting. What I was trying to say was two different meanings, but whoa. There's a magpie that's really close to two jackdaws, and I never see magpies together that closely with other birds. Interesting. It's waddling away, but it just it's interesting. It's like I would have thought that it wants to be like watching its back, but actually it's more interacting with the others, or it's not really caring. But it feels like that what I'm like intuiting is, for the reading at least, is like there is a care for it. And whoa, so they were on posts. There was a magpie at the furthest post, and then two jackdaws on two other posts, and then all three of them jumped down to the grass. And then I was saying my bit about the magpie looking away and stuff, and then the magpie jumped up onto the post again, and the two jackdaws followed it like immediately. Okay, now the magpie's flying away. Okay. That's a story for someone. I can't remember where I was now. Yeah, with that whole, like, there's a revelation, and it's a huge revelation that you're having, or to be had, or have had. It, like, changes the entire, like, feeling of all that you have been through, or all that you're about to go through, or just of something. It's like of the story, of your story, of your relationship. I think Wunjo is a rune that can talk to joy with others, like a happy companionship. And with me having said about Yui and her special connection that she has to her guitar, it's like she calls it guitar. It's like she names the guitar. Yeah, there's so much joy here. And there's something that I didn't say about the succulents that I can't remember. But one message is also that there are so many, like, individuals in this reading. Like, there are so many little souls. Little baby souls. I guess the souls aren't all babies, but the plants are in the reading. And I wanted to bring, like, an extra crystal in for you too. And also speaking on the birds outside. And in other readings, like, I spoke about birds, but it felt more abstract, like I wasn't really connecting to the personalities of the birds, but this felt like I was more connecting to, like, a relationship that the birds were having. Something special. Yeah, something really special. I'm also noticing how suddenly green everything looks outside. Like, and in no time the leaves were in full bloom, and now I'm remembering that I think it was yesterday, or maybe even today, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday though, yeah. Yesterday, one of the apple trees in my garden, the blossoms, the flowers bloomed for the first time. And it's a new apple tree, so I have never seen that before. So there's something about, like, a birthing or a new experience that is like, it's so much lighter than you've ever experienced before. And when I smelt those flowers, it was like bliss. It's just the best smell. Anything else to say? I think you see all of this too. I feel like this is all a confirmation. Which is interesting because I also feel like there could have been a couple revelations through the coconut part. Maybe other parts, but it's like I feel like you see so much of this and yet there's still like a bit more processing to do. There's also more to be said about the flowers because it so fits with this future energy. I just can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe that's just what you're feeling. It's like you know that it smells so good, but you don't quite understand something surrounding it. Or you just recognize that you're not quite there. But I feel like there's a revelation to be had here. I feel like that's so significant. Maybe that's so significant because perhaps you don't feel that way. Like perhaps you feel this is more about, I don't know, things that aren't to do with your own self. I think there's a strong, like, recognition here that even though things may appear to be, like, orderly or, like, there's a plan to follow, it's something of, like, bringing more awareness to your own free will and your own power in the way this is experienced or in how you relate to this. I think that's the main thing. How do you relate to this? Oh, this could totally also be like you're pregnant and then the future, this is the child, your child. That's beautiful. For some of you, it could be your first child, since I was saying about the apple tree, it's the first year to have that tree. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Interesting. There's a gnat on my apple and I went to like move it and I was thinking, don't eat my apple, please. Which is weird because it's not like it has any cuts in it and why would I care if it was eating my apple? What is that here? You might have some worries about protecting either a part of yourself or this child or this experience or something about your future or about your past. Like something about wanting to, like a fear and wanting to like save something from something or wanting to like make sure something doesn't happen that you don't want to happen kind of thing, but taking a step back and seeing the coconut bowl for what it is, or seeing the dirt for just like being held by the coconut bowl, is a feeling of like you can't really go wrong with this, like it's okay. And it's not like a sense of like you can't go wrong, it's just like tapping into your own intuition of how things are going, of what is the truth, because it's like if we look at what could be, it's like I could turn that apple around and see like, oh my god, it did have cuts that I didn't even see because I can't see all the apple right now. That's true, but I have a sense that it is just an apple the whole way around and there's nothing out of the ordinary. And when I really look at the situation with more of a zoomed outness, it's like, okay, it's just a gnat crawling on my apple, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah, something is less of a big deal than you think it is. I kind of want a little confirmation on that. Maybe a big confirmation. Interesting that I'm really wanting to get another deck to use for you. And I even feel like it could have really fitting cards for you, but I'm not going to get it. But I don't know why. Like, why wouldn't I just go and get it? Woodchat Shrike and Ring Oozle. Shrike. want to take those? Yeah, I will. Back of the deck is Barnell. I feel like there's something you're afraid of seeing, or something that you do see that you don't like, but when you really look at it more objectively, there's like a relaxation that can be had when you, like, I think a lot of this is seeing yourself more. When you see yourself more clearly, and perhaps your relationship with either future you or whatever is in the future for you, or what this is talking about for you, when you see your personal relationship to it more clearly, that's when your body relaxes. That's when you get to feel more at ease. No, it's like a feeling of perhaps you're afraid of something being taken away from you because like you I think it's coming from more of an attachment as opposed to your true connection with it. So this is like guiding you to fall back into what your relationship with it is when you don't try and label it, or when you don't try and compare it, or when you don't like focus on certain aspects of it. Yeah, feeling the truth when you release your grip. There could be a lot of other perspectives, like, or outer influences surrounding this, because I'm seeing the puffin card is the one with 3 puffins, and there's another puffin card in this deck which just has 2. And this bird above looks like he's like side-eyeing, and golden eye makes me think of like an eye like that has a spotlight, like something that's really illuminating. It's like something that is really being seen. And what is this card? It reminds me of Egypt. Advocate. I think because this bird can be related, yeah, this fits with the golden eye. This bird can be related to, what is that? I'm forgetting. It's a bird, Bennu. The bird Bennu in Egypt, which can be a representation of Ra, the sun god. So it's a bird of, I'm wanting to say a bird of brightness, maybe just because that alliterates. Yeah, something about, I feel like for a lot of you it's like not wanting to share, and the image of like a mother with a newborn baby not wanting anyone else to see that baby but them, and it's falling back into remembering that you can't, or you're not going to lose your relationship with them if other people gain relationship with them too, because it's recognizing the truth of what your relationship is based off. And I said something about, did I say something about, oh no, that was in another pile. Protection. Wanting to protect. Yeah, I feel like you're processing this though. It doesn't feel, it feels like you might go back and forth with this. It's, yeah, again, like this thing I said of like the cycles, it's like you may come to like an epiphany, or you release a specific like attachment you have, or a specific way of viewing something, and then you fall back into being more clung in a way that doesn't really allow for the truth of the connection, and then you realize that, and you continue to release. And this is confirmation that it isn't really that you're going back and you're releasing the same thing. It's just like the center point that is the core, and then from each angle you're going at the same thing. So it feels like, because you're releasing the same core, it feels like it's the same thing you're going around in circles with, but in actuality you're uncording yourself from all angles. Yeah, I feel like you're on like a continual journey of like allowing yourself to fall into that knowing of what you do see in the future. that feeling of celebration. It's not like a why do I want to say it's not a public celebration? It's like I'm wanting to say it's, because I feel like that could be a fear of yours. It's giving more of a, like an intimate feeling. Like when I'm seeing Yui with her guitar too, I keep seeing her playing it in her room as opposed to in the band with her friends. And I'm wanting to say with that, even when she plays in the band with her friends, she doesn't lose her connection to her guitar. It's just that she's also feeling the relationship that her friends have to her and her guitar, or to her guitar, or to their instruments. There's somewhat of like a fear of losing what you have. So, and an allowance of the clarity of why that really is. Like, what are you actually afraid of losing? Why are you actually afraid of losing it? Because I feel like this doesn't feel like a rocky relationship to me. This feels like something that you are very much like able to step into. I'm being brought back to the idea that this is a future version of self. It's like it's not something you can miss. It's not something that you really can lose. It's in the nature of what it is to be in harmony with you. Oh yeah, that's what I like half said was, this doesn't feel like a rocky relationship, or where, yeah, just that simply. It feels like something that's based off a very firm foundation. It's like even if there is rockiness to it, it's not the core of it. And that's what this invitation is, to fall into that core. And I keep picking a spot on my face in your reading, and I feel like that is like a feeling that it's like yes, releasing, but also it's maybe like I'm getting the feeling of like picking it too many times. It's like at this point it's just scraping my skin and not, I don't know if it was doing anything from the start that was helpful, but that feeling feels relevant. It is a bit of a feeling of like, instead of going around in circles like on the surface, it's getting to the core of this. Getting to the core of what you're really afraid of. Because I feel like you might look to the outside and see like the circumstance you're afraid of, or like what you're afraid of like in actions or like practically happening, but maybe you haven't tapped so much into why that is a fear. And not how do I express this? I think there's no more, it's like I was trying to like justify something because I felt like some of you were or I was trying to further explain because I felt like some of you would have answered a sort of like that. I don't know how to say that, but I think the energy is to surrender, because I feel like there's something you don't get, or that it all just feels like a mental struggle that when you breathe, it falls away on its own. Because again, it's like the fear isn't built off anything rooted in the ground. It maybe is built off projections. It could be what others have told you. But if that's not relevant, it feels like it's on your skin, it's not in your bones. It feels like in your bones you know the truth, you feel the truth, you love the truth. yeah. I'm gonna end your reading there. Cool. Pile number 3. See you in another, if I see you in another, or see you in another fluid exchange, if not. Bye bye. I almost pulled that away, then remembered that it's leaning on it. Leaning. Something about lean, being lean. Ah. I said ah because this is like one of my favorite cards. In life, that's what I'm wanting to say. In life. I'm gonna drink some water and check what time we're on. 1 hour 41. Pile number 4, welcome in. So, you have, what was this bird? A nuthatch, the rose quartz, and this guy with the Jera and Kenna's still on, which makes me think of actually burning the crops. Burning the crops, interesting. Maybe you're like questioning starting over, or like taking a new approach to a project or a new something. There could be something strongly about also burning old ways of doing things, or like where your focus is. You might be looking forward to a lot more. I brought obsidian in for you because these were for me actually. I brought my green aventurine, this guy that I don't know that reminds me of Athena, and my black obsidian. Which is interesting because I'm kind of wanting to say these 3 crystals are ones that I would only ever hold on their own, and it's weird that they're together. But it's funky and I kind of like it. Okay. There's a feeling of protection here. But maybe viewing that word in a sense of focusing on yourself, perhaps as opposed to others. Is that in the center? I think we can move him more here. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, I'll put these around town. Something about monkeys could be significant. Okay. Oh, it's almost making me want to get my animal deck, which I thought before the video, like at some point I think I'm gonna want to use that deck, but I didn't want to bring it out. There's a lot about like you're not actually following your impulses, or like you're getting multiple directions or multiple some things that you're not following. I'm feeling like classic with you. Maybe you don't quite know how you fit into something, or how other things fit in with you. I feel like there's a call to ground yourself, like recognizing your own place, your own self as more significant than maybe you are. I think it has more to do with your approach though. It's not really like seeing who you are, it's more like seeing who you are in relation to something you do or how you do something. I feel like you have a specialty of sorts, and I feel like that is just yourself. It's like it's very clear. It's like made known to you who you are through like the uniqueness of how you do something. Maybe like clearing distractions too. I'm feeling a feeling of like back to basics, but it doesn't fully feel like basics. It's like, again, these three, I'm not necessarily saying it's true for me, but here I'm wanting to say those are my like three solid, like solitary crystals, and yet right here they're forming a collaboration. And I don't remember how that message fit. It's like I thought that really made sense until I said it. So there could be something, it's like you're kind of feeling like going back on, or I'm not picking up insecurity from you. I'm not feeling like an anxiousness, but that could be there. And interesting that I kind of worked backwards, like from what you see to then still what you see. Interesting. This could be the 4 perspectives, like 4 different people. Okay, that could definitely be it. I don't like also that down the center is a shadow. It's like it makes things hard to see. Okay, I'm gonna view these as 4 different energies. They could be all yourself, but I'm thinking they're separate. And I'm gonna actually bring the crystals and the runes to each one too. Where's the other one? I swear I had 4 crystals. Oh, that's not a rune. Where's the... Okay. Fun. I feel like you can't go there. I'm gonna put that bird back. Nuthatch. Maybe looking up the symbolism of nuthatch could be significant. I don't know what it could be. It gives past life energy. Like elven energy. I feel like you're caught up in something, and this could be a reading to try and bring form to something, or like to make the pieces fit. Okay, let's get a card representing the first one, a bird one. I want to note that when I said the bird one, I heard after a little bit a burden, and that's when the card popped out, which is interesting because puffins I usually think of as being very harmonious and like very helpful for one another, community oriented, and yet that's also the one that there's an obsidian for, which feels like keeping an energy out. I feel like there could be a manipulative energy with this first one. Like, it maybe presents itself as in harmony, but your gut tells you something else. Then the second one, like, it might be a bit stuck in its ways, even though it also gives off an air of like really for people or for others or for a particular other. And it's almost like it feels like it uses closeness to its advantage without really considering the feelings of others. But it's not actually without considering them, it's actually using the feelings of others. You could also take that, like I was saying that in a negative light, but you could also just see that as interesting. Maybe that's what you're trying to do. It's like you're trying to look at them in a fairer light, in a lighter light, but it's like when I went to say that, it wasn't coming through. So I feel like the truth is that this first one doesn't have such pure intentions, and that just might be hard for you to accept. Second one, second one feels like they've been hurt. Is this a tree sparrow? Yeah. There's a sense of like desiring freedom. The colour green could be significant for them. Also the crystal fluorite. And their crystal is green aventurine. Kenna's fire, a light. I feel like they have a similar approach to the first one. However, theirs is more like a wanting of healing for others. It feels like they might have a similar sort of understanding of the way other people work, or like a similar closeness with others. However, this one feels like it's like it wants others to be happy. It doesn't just look out for its own sense of like what could serve them or make them look good, or feel desirable, or like they're enough. Yeah, it kind of feels like there's a strong similarity between the first two, and yet there's a very, very strong difference when you feel them internally. Because one feels like they're coping with their pain and the other feels like they're avoiding it. And I mean that quite strongly, avoiding it, because I don't feel that energy. I don't feel the pain when I tap into their card. They might use positivity as like a means of numbing themselves, of distracting themselves. It might be really hard to notice their pain, or that their actions aren't coming from a desire to help, or a desire to really be there for the truth of someone else, because maybe their actions all appear to be very loving, or like they can be taken in a loving way. Again, like these two feel like they could go through life, like their actions could be very similar, and yet the place they're coming from is so different. But this first one, it's like there's such like a brightness, like an intense brightness to it. Like this sunflower energy, strong creativity. It's like there is a sparkle in their eye, but there's also like a feeling of hollowness, or a feeling of them feeling like they're lacking. But I don't think anyone would really guess that. Or it's interesting. It may even be that those who do guess that, who intuit that there's like just something off about them that they don't really want to be around, those who have that impression of them may get ostracized or like shunned themselves, because it feels like this one could be very beloved by many, and almost like not liking them is an insult. I feel like the second one is also beloved by many. It's like a feeling of, or at least it's like their heart feels so strong here. The other one feels like, I don't know, there's like a cleanly sparkliness to the outside, like they kind of shimmer. And the second one feels like they have a certain shimmer, but it's almost not seen, because immediately when you meet them, you just feel their heart. You just feel so loved. They really hold a space for others, and it's just so felt. This one might be experiencing a lot of grief or processing heavier emotions. Okay, then, so the third one is the red kite. Interesting that I went to look behind to see what it was called, because red kite is like my favorite bird that I definitely wouldn't need to look up the name of. But it's because my brain was in like an altered state. So there could be something about altered state with this third one. Altered perspective. For some of you, they show up in your dreams a lot. There's such a strong difference with them. I want to say it's like when they enter a room, it's like the whole room kind of goes wonky. Like, you know how there's some examples of like when you enter the room, like the whole room gets brighter. Well, with this person or this being, it's like the whole room tilts on its side slightly. It's like the room felt symmetrical before, but now it's like with their presence, it's like everything feels a bit like it doesn't click into place anymore. And yet I think they could have a strong sense of humor, because I feel really giddy with them. And it's like, even though like they could have like a really quirkiness to them, it's like it's Aquarius energy. Like very out of the box thinking, which is that altered perspective, but also really sociable and just like hilarious. It's like they I feel like they would get along with everyone, and yet they'd also be so different, or like it's like it's like they're really weird, maybe even awkward, but they don't really come across like that, or it's like, who cares? It kind of gives a sense of like those traits that they have could be like outcast by, like, if it was on like certain other people, but on them it's like it looks good, or on them it's like society accepts it more for some reason. Maybe they are quite like what's that called, like traditionally beautiful, traditionally handsome, like they look attractive. That's the word. It could be something about their communication too, like their words are significant. I think it's their energy. It's like their I just keep seeing them moving around too. They could be quite energetic. There's like a sparkle they bring. And yet this card, it's interesting. Like, this is a card I typically associate more with sleep and a really, really gentle energy. But reading this here, it's like, whoa, this is not feeling gentle. This is feeling... But it is. It's like there's an undercurrent of gentleness, but it's really like zappy too. Electric feeling. And interesting, they even have the heart. Yeah, but it's the Athena heart. Yeah, Athena to do with mind. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah, they could be very tapped into the spiritual realm. However, it's like maybe they talk about it in a new way, or maybe they have like a more masculine approach to spirituality, which feels like it ties into the final fourth one, because I feel like that is less logical and it feels more feminine. More delicate. Or it's like not invasive. It feels like this one might be less involved in this. And if not, it's just they give off that presence. They have a very petite presence to them. Like their energy is not imposing. Like I'd say I'm gonna say 1 and 3 have very strong energies. And 2, even, like, 2's energy is very strong too, but it's almost too gentle to say it's strong. There's just so much love there. But I'm gonna say, yeah, the first 3 are, like, strong characters. And the 4th one feels... it's like when you really look at them, they're such a... they're so them. But I feel like maybe they get overlooked. They might also like parenting, or they could really like taking care of others. It feels so like they're in their own world doing their own thing, and it's like they feel so connected to the group. And I feel like this is like everyone loves them, but more like individually. It's like people feel very seen by them, but it's not in a very like obvious way. It just is like, oh yeah, they're amazing, we love them. Yeah, their love language could be acts of service or gifts. The 3rd ones would totally be communication. Okay, leave out that. The 2nd one feels maybe touch. I'm not sure that it's interesting. So the energy I'm getting is like just the 2nd one. Whenever I tap into it, it's like all I feel or can think about is just love. Like that feeling of just the heart. They're just like a blanket, a warm blanket for the world. Or for the aura they give off, like for those who come around them. And there's a power to the 1st one. I did the love languages for those 3. What would the 1st ones be? Maybe words of affirmation too. I'm not sure, and I think maybe that is partly because it's like they don't really know themselves, or it's like I find it hard to know who they really are because I think that they're afraid of who they really are. Yes, okay. I may have also like over-exaggerated on all 4 of these. That's kind of how I feel. Because I'm also noting how all 4 of these feel like they're symbolized by these 4 plants. And those all look very, very similar. So I think maybe only part of the reason why I felt like I kind of went to the extreme in describing them was for describing's sake, so that you could identify them more easily, even if perhaps when you compare all 4, it's like they actually seem more similar. Okay. Did I even read the 4th bird card? What it was called? Brambling. I feel like the 4th one might get taken advantage of a lot. It's kind of hilarious. I feel like I'm over-exaggerating, but with the 3rd one, I almost feel like if they were to get taken advantage of, it's like they wouldn't really be being taken advantage of. It's like, say, it's like if someone is like trying to manipulate the 3rd one into like going and getting them a drink, for example. It's like they would do it because they wanted to do it. It's like they don't really care what other people are like trying to get them to do, because if they want to do it, they'll do it anyway. It's like that there could be an obliviousness to it, like they're just... I don't think it is though, because this is so aware, is what it feels like. They just don't really play into the games. I kind of feel like if there were chaos or like drama, they would just avoid it. Like they wouldn't care for it. They wouldn't play a part in it. I don't think they would actively like run from it, because I feel like that they have an awareness that in and of itself could cause like a tug of war. I think they would just kind of let it slide off them. You know what? They feel like sneakily like they have it together. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a sense of the third one easily being able to be seen as more chaotic than it is, or more oblivious than it is, and it's okay with that. It's kind of a part. I think I just want to say that's just a part of who they are in this moment of time. I want to say more about the second one, but I keep finding it hard to, like, I just keep being drawn into the heart. I feel like there could be some resentment that the second one has because of the hurt that they have experienced. It also feels like the hurt that others have experienced, like say I gave the example of this fourth one, if they're being manipulated, or even the third one, like how others treat others feels like it really affects the second one. Like they don't just hurt for themselves, they hurt for others too. Yeah, they feel so deeply. I'm also noticing how this is a tree sparrow, but it's in a rocks. I feel like they've been really made out to be like quote unquote the villain. Maybe in that, or like I feel like they've been abandoned in some sense. I don't know how directly that is, but I just want to hug the second one. It's like I feel like hugging the third one would like give me a jolt of energy, like, oh yes, I can go live life. Hugging the fourth one would be like, like this is like what I want to protect in the world. Or it's just like inspiring. It's like a beauty. Yeah, there's a beauty to the fourth. It's a sort of, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, a beauty. And then the second one is, I feel like hugging the second one, they wouldn't allow me to just be hugging them. It's like their energy would also be hugging me. Even if my energy would be like, stop trying to hug me, it's like your turn to be like hugged. It feels like their natural inclination is to love. And maybe they have struggled more with being loved, allowing themselves to just be hugged without needing to hug back. They may have experienced like tit for tat energy of conditional love as a child, where they had like expectations placed on them should they desire to receive love. It's like going with those hugs examples, then it's like if the parent were to hug them as a child, it's like, okay, I just gave you a hug, now go post this letter for me. Or I did this, I loved you like this, so now go do this for me. Or now love me back because I love you. There's a sense of conditionality. I'm noting how I repeated that word. I'm not sure how that's important, but now I'm tapping on my chest. I feel like there could be something that the second one is holding on to that doesn't allow them to fully feel cleansed. It could be the first. I'm now tilting my head right. Ah! That scared me. Yeah, I feel like they're really going through it. I don't have anything to say about it though. They really felt, you know how I was giving the example of like walking in a room and the effect that the third one had on the room. I feel like the effect on the room that the second one has is so apparent. It's like the room fills with love. I know that's like the same thing that I've already said, and you might be getting bored of hearing it, but it's so true. It's like it's with the fourth one, it's like they have so much love too, but it feels being expressed, but it feels like packed into the things they do, like giving a gift. It's like there's so much beauty and love that's been poured into that gift, or it's like there's a connection. It's like it's so small, not any less significant, just it's small, it's petite. But this second one, it's like expansive. It's like the whole room does get filled with love from their presence. It's like the air feels like them. Yeah, they really warm up the room. Like, you could just like rest into the air. Yeah, you know what it is? They could have been parentified as a child, where it's like they are used to being the one that others lean on. And it feels like they're less experienced in being the child, the one who gets to lean on others. Again, I want to say, like, without the expectation of then having to go back. It's like, I feel like if they have learned to lean on others too, there's still like a part of them that feels like they have to then give back later, or it's like this means something. It can't just be unconditional. It can't be like a pocket of time that's just like separated. It's like a bubble that doesn't affect anything else. It's like just purely be loved right here and don't think about any of the consequences. I feel like that's what they didn't get. I don't really want to talk about the first one more. And I feel like that is the thing to say. I want to bring in a certain perspective around this though, because I think perhaps with like talking about other people through, for example, readings, or just like from a distance, quote unquote distance, it can sometimes like feel like it's narrowing people down, and I don't want to bring that energy through. I want to bring through the energy of like, this is a full being and we love them entirely. But loving entirely doesn't mean accepting them into our lives entirely. It can just simply mean acknowledging the full spectrum of who someone is. So with that, there's a sense of understanding I want to bring, that it's like being in close connection to someone that we know is not healthy for us. It doesn't make that connection any less loving or like sacred to us. Like it's like you don't lose that connection with them. It's like you still know them, you still care for them. I'm not saying that that's true in every circumstance, but those are the words that are coming through in this situation at least. And I feel like I just saw my shelter is what the word coming through, but I was trying to say my curtain move. There could have been a sense of like finding a safe haven or sharing a home with this first one. Or that could, like, the home or a shelter could be significant for them. Yeah, I just feel like the first one, they feel like they need to use like parts of themselves or things that they have in order to like gamble with others, in order to exchange with others. It's like they can't, they feel that they can't be loved just as them. They feel like they need to work for it. Or like, yeah, they just have a certain idea around how to receive love, and I don't think it's very in flow with their natural self. It feels more controlling. Okay, I'm gonna clear these and then we might get a couple cards for like final messages, perhaps. But if you're leaving now, bye bye, I love you. I'm kind of wanting to say something about the reading, like I hope it brought clarity, or I don't know what that energy is, but I do want to dissect it. Oh, look at them. Let's get a couple bird cards again. And I'm wanting to shuffle them this way, where I'm wanting to say mouths, where the mouths are visible. Recognizing what is really being said. Swallow, something that could be difficult to swallow. A hard truth to swallow. We have missile thrush, mallard, house martin. I think this guy never comes out. Willow warbler, not chiff chaff, eye roll. And mute swan. And maybe a character card too. That kind of happened with these cards too. It's like I'm going to take all of these. And yeah, it's like I don't like that so many came out. Or it's not that I don't like it. Maybe that's something you're doing, like you don't want to admit that you're not liking something, or it's like something just isn't fully clicking into place, perhaps. Is that in the view for you? Yeah, just about. Just about. That energy could be significant. And interesting that I'm getting more this time. It's like it's not just those 4, it's 3 and 3 and 5, or 3 and 2. Even though it's like the 4 is still the center of the reading, but it's more like a collective this time. There's something about how the white is like actually cream on the left and the white on the right is white. I think there's a truthfulness that you have that is acknowledgement of your pain and an openness towards, I think I want to fill in the blank and let you fill that part. However, on the left, it's like the part on John that is white is actually cream. It's been coloured in, and same with Jack Sparrow is kind of like, it's a feeling of like dirtiness. Like it's not pure white still, it's been shaded. And this the other card. Flynn Rider is also cream. So it's giving off that energy of like a disguise, not seeing something fully clearly because it's trying to not be seen clearly. Yeah, there's something about recognizing how something feels as opposed to what it looks like. And seeing the difference, or feeling the difference between yourself and others, or yourself and another. It's an interesting message, but which is really weird to my brain that I'm wanting to say this, but I'm going to say it, which is, it may be helpful for you to hear other people's perspectives on perhaps that first person, that obsidian, or that which you're not fully trusting or seeing clearly, to what do you call that, validate your own feelings, or to help you feel like you can recognize your own feelings more clearly. And yeah, I'm also thinking like when other people's perspectives don't align with yours, disregarding them, which is, it's like it doesn't feel like a balanced way of going about understanding something, but it's the message that I'm wanting to channel here. And it feels so in flow with this blank card that you got. There could also be a guidance not to speak up on something and to simply make internal peace with something. Perhaps words have been used against you in the past, and it's not necessarily that you're being asked to like not speak, but it's more so like, who are you speaking to, and like, are you trying to perhaps mend something with someone who doesn't want something mended, or that you know that isn't in alignment with you. So it's kind of like a feeling of like, you know how it will go, or you don't trust them, so why trust them with like saying that you don't trust them, kind of thing. Something along those lines. There feels like a delicacy of handling this, or like a particular way of handling this that you feel would bring about most peace to all involved. Yeah. Okay, namaste. I love you, pal number 4. I wish you much peace with your situation. And I will see you in another reading if I do, or another part of life, or another part of the other kind of life. I was thinking like physical life, and then I was thinking spiritual life. The same. Okay, bye-bye.